Alright, it's 9th of June and it's gonna give a quick update on my vegetable garden. And as you see, harvesting these mustard greens and some of these celeries. And the reason why I'm harvesting these guys is it's already getting an aphid problem. These guys are pretty nasty, so might as well just take them, take what I have. And I'm not gonna bother spraying them down or messing with them too much because they're already getting overgrown. And I have some radishes and other stuff that I can replace them with already. This is some green radish. And here's some of my iceberg lettuce. Since I transplanted them, some of them are growing really slow, some are growing really quickly. Still haven't fertilized them yet, but once I do, they should fill this place out pretty quickly. And here's my choisum, or yotsai. And I've already taken some of these older leaves. And I'm also starting to get some bug problems here, so I'm gonna have to start harvesting these guys pretty soon. Maybe within the next couple days. And on the end I have the celtis. Similar to lettuce, but it produces a nice stem that you can just cut off and eat. This is probably due to harvest by like tomorrow. It's already growing up. Because if I don't harvest them, a lot of times they'll rot. And here's some of these mature green radishes. This guy's right around 3 inches at the base, and when they get too big, the skin's gonna start getting hard and it's not gonna taste as good, so it's about good enough to pick already. I've only had this garden started about 12 weeks ago, but looks like I may have grown too many plants, because looks like I have more than I can handle, especially the cantaloupes. Like, this guy is massive. It's probably 5 pounds or so, but it's definitely quite a bit bigger than the melon that I got from. The rest of them are relatively small or normal size, but the only problem is looks like all the cantaloupes mature at once. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and like 8 of them. And I have a whole bunch that all come at once. And I'm also getting these white spots on these leaves. So when it has this much of a mold, it's going to be really hard to apply fungicide and try to take care of it. And aphids are already running rampant. So I'm going to have to clean all this up and harvest these melons, probably by tomorrow. And moving on, I have these peanut plants, and I planted these guys about a month and a half ago, and they're already producing these needles that go down into the soil. They produce a flower first, which looks like these, and once the flowers are done, from that point they're going to produce these needles, which dig into the soil and then they turn into peanuts. So these guys are actually some of my best performers. Here's some of my ginger plants. I just transplanted them 2 weeks ago, and I probably have to fertilize them a little bit. Not looking too good. Got some cauliflower here. And this morning it was already starting to get attacked by aphids, so I had to get those off. I'll probably have to spray some neem oil on them. And I got these Malabar spinach, which are pretty close to needing to be harvested already. It's pretty amazing. In 12 weeks I can get this stuff. But that's what you have in Hawaii. If you add a little bit of care, mix the soil in with some compost and water regularly, you're gonna get some pretty big plants pretty quickly. And here's my broccoli, which this is where I get all of my caterpillars from. I use these caterpillars to feed my Venus flytraps. Got these celeries here. I'm just gonna let one of them flower. I cut these guys down to hopefully get them to sprout young plants. And this guy's actually pretty young and not flowering. It's pretty much the only one, so I'll probably split this guy up to get a few good plants. And here's some of my cayenne peppers. I have a nice jalapeno here. It's already been producing pretty consistently. And this bell pepper, the sweet bell pepper, actually produced like 3 or 4 peppers and it stopped. I have no idea why, but it's probably because I tried to take cuttings and it's growing new stuff from the bottom. So I'm guessing it doesn't heal over completely. But here's my tomato plant. I'm just growing it with a metal pole and it's producing pretty well. The only problem is, maybe it's due to magnesium deficiency or bugs, but I get this type of damage on it, and once this happens, it's really no good anymore, so I just toss it. But I've gotten a few good tomatoes off this plant. But to increase the production, I've taken 2 cuttings about a month and a half ago too. And these guys are already making their own tomatoes. I'll have to start staking them pretty soon. And here's some of my long beans. These beans usually grow to about 1.5 feet, 2 feet long. And they just started to produce a couple days ago. So, pretty satisfied with those. Already making it up the trellis. Maybe about 4 feet by now. I got some cucumber plants, and these guys are basically on the last legs. I've had them growing for over 2 months. They don't grow really long. And yeah, I've been getting a lot of cucumbers, so haven't been able to harvest them all either. Well, I'll probably make a few more, and I'll probably have to pull these guys in another week. And then here's my fuzzy gourds. This is a little bit more long-lived. I've also grown this for over 2 months. And they're all pretty consistent. It's a small one. So once those guys die off, I'll keep on having more. But I probably didn't need to plant all these because it's gonna have too much to harvest. Got some extra cayenne peppers that I just grew on the side, and getting pretty good production off of these guys. And here's some of my snow peas. And I'm really hoping I don't get powdery mildew like I've gotten on many of my other plants. I don't know what's happening to these two guys, maybe not enough water, but looks like I'm finally starting to get some flower buds, so probably get a good couple of harvests off of these guys. Haven't really taken care of them. I just planted them and watered them, that's about it. And here's my loofah plants. Planted these guys about 2.5 months ago, and they've been doing pretty amazing. I've been pulling off some leaves, as I have for all of my climbing plants, because it's really hot here and it doesn't rain a whole lot in the summertime. And they're going to suck a lot of water. And if they have too many leaves, it actually stops producing as many fruits. Just because it can't supply, the roots can't take up enough moisture to accommodate for all the leaves. But in 2.5 months, I've already gotten off of these 3 plants probably around 40-50 fruits, so it's not bad. Got a little bug here, so probably have to feed that to my Venus flytrap. And right here is my watermelon. This guy's only maybe about 2-3 pounds, maybe 4, but it looks really weird, so I'm not sure how it's gonna do. But I've only gotten one that's actually started growing so far, so actually never mind, I have another one. But as it looks, I'm probably only going to get 1 or 2 fruits off of these guys. And actually plant some asparagus. And here's a new one coming up. They've been gradually getting bigger and bigger. This was off of a division I dug from a friend's house. And I'll have to plant this guy within a couple of weeks because it's starting to outgrow its pot. It actually had a bunch of seeds when I got it, so I planted these, and it looks like a lot of these guys already have about 3 or 4 plantlets already on it, and each time they grow gradually bigger. So I separated these out 1 week ago, and it looks like they've already started growing pretty quickly. And I got my winter melon here. It's got a couple of small fruits on the back, but this right here is about 8 inches long. And these guys get pretty big, so yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what it does. Got some purple yam here, Dioscorea alata, and I'm just going to grow it up my fruit tree, see what it does. I have a big one in the back, but still the same thing. And I have a few more watermelon plants, and it's not going to be probably another month till these guys start producing. And yes, I grew a few sunflower seeds, and they grow pretty easily. The only problem is the producing these flower buds, well, they're only like 2 or 3 feet tall, so I'm not getting really tall plants, even though it's supposed to be a really big variety. I'm not really sure what to do, but if anybody has any advice, please let me know.